Hey guys, JSP from JSP Talk Sports here, and we're talking weekend football roundup. A lot of interesting matches this weekend. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. So this weekend, the weekend before the next international break, round 7, starting in the English Premier League. So we had Leeds versus Spurs. Spurs 2-1 winners over Leeds. So I didn't get a chance to do my prediction videos this week, so apologies for that. Um, yeah, I was expecting draw in this match. So Spurs with a nice win in this one, 9 shots, 0.53 xG compared to actually Leeds had 15 shots with a 1.68 xG. So just goes to show as well. XG doesn't count for anything, possession doesn't count for anything. Is the result at the end of the day with your scoring of goals, right? So Spurs moves up to fourth with that win, and Leeds down to 14th, right? They were at 12th before. So Leeds next visiting Burnley, and Spurs next visit Aston Villa after the international break, which is in the 2 weeks' time, right? Moving on the Saturday, so we have Arsenal versus West Ham. Arsenal 2, West Ham nil. Comfortable win for Arsenal, 21 shots. Huge XG compared to West Ham with only 4 shots, 0 on targets. Uh, we have Rice and Saka for Arsenal, and well, West Ham no goals there, and yeah, Rice doing it to his former team, right? So Arsenal had moved up to first, and West Ham down had moved down. I think they were 20th or somewhere low down. Wolves were probably still the lowest. Calafiori hit the post, by the way. Ise had a shot just over. So basically, comfortable win here for Arsenal. Basically, as expected, I know West Ham beat them the last 2 times they would have met. So most people would have expected an Arsenal win here. I was predicting an Arsenal win. Arsenal next go away to Fulham, while West Ham next go to Brentford. And moving on, pressure here now. Man U 2, Sunderland nil. So I was hoping for a draw or a Sunderland win here, and Man U win to move up from 14th to 9th. I think they end up 10th by the end of the weekend. And Sunderland moved on to 7 after their really decent start of the season. Man U with their first clean sheet, and now they're 3 wins out of 7 games, which is surprising by their standards recently. They had 15 shots compared to Sunderland's 8. And Man U with goals from Mount and Cisco. They next visit Liverpool after the international break. Hopefully, Liverpool does it there. And Sunderland next host Wolves. And then the big one on the Saturday was Chelsea playing Liverpool. Chelsea at home, a lot of injuries. I would have expected a Liverpool win to get back to winning ways after recent defeats. And Chelsea with the 2-1 win with a late winner, doing a Liverpool on Liverpool again with this late winner. 12 shots each. Liverpool normally dominates with the XG and possession, more equal in this match. What I'll have to say to my boy Alex and the rest of Chelsea people, goals for Chelsea by Caicedo and Estavio in the 95th minute, by the way, with our last minute winner. Gakpo had pulled it back to 1-1. In this match, Liverpool have themselves to blame in terms of the first goal, Caicedo. The man had too much time on the ball. Nobody from midfield or Kanate or Van Dijk pressured the man free in front of the box to take a shot. That is a defensive. It's not even a blunder. It's like I don't understand what Liverpool were thinking there. Kawan Caicedo lost his marker. Somebody was supposed to pick up the man. The man not just supposed to have 7 seconds on the ball, 3 touches, whatever, and just get a free shot on goal. Keeper was not at fault. It was well placed, well taken goal. Somebody supposed to pressure. He was basically just invited, open, shoot. And then with their winner, Liverpool now, you bring it back to 1-1. Okay, you're getting a point away to Chelsea, not the worst. Then um, I can't remember who was a Chelsea player offhand who broke away on the left hand side. He was allowed to run through and pass a ball across the face of goal for the young Brazilian guy Estadio to slide in the winner. Now that ball should have been closed down from even before. Cucurella, I think, right, and Cucurella was allowed to run, not blocked, and then nobody in the middle were able to get to it either. And then, well, Andy Robertson tried his best. What I'll say about that too is in terms of the marking, Slot brought on Endo. You didn't want to try for a winner and bring on Kesa. That's our next thing. We'll look at Kesa for me and getting mana a start or 30 minutes or something. You bring on Endo, meaning what? You want to show up the defense, hold on to the 1-1 draw. Endo got wrong sided by Cucurella, and then that's how come they were able to slot in the goal. So probably a bit of negative thinking there in terms of the manager's part. We should have probably tried to go for the win or at the 1-1 decide and hold on for the draw, but better marking obviously. So Chelsea with a huge win there. I mean, Chelsea is a side, you're getting beat from Man U, a crappy side like Man U, and then you come to beat Liverpool. Oh, and beat up with just you reach back, however. But anyhow, Liverpool, so they dropped off the top, but still only 1 point behind, and a lot of games still to go. We still up to now haven't been playing well with all the changes. Too many changes. There's too many changes at one time. So yeah, the guys really need some time, and I think this international break, the 2 weeks off now, should do them some good. You come back, let's get set on our starting 11 or so, and yeah, push. Because we know Arsenal more or less always slips up, although they're looking much better this season. So it's up to us to come back, beat Man U, and then take it from there. So Chelsea next go to Forest, and Liverpool next host at Man U. Moving on to Serie A on the Saturday, Inter 4, Cremonese 1. So a comfortable Inter win there, 27 shots, 3.57 XG, 66 possession. So Inter moved back up the table there. I think it's Napoli still leading. Now I'm doing this video before the Sunday game, which is a big one, Juve versus AC Milan. Well, probably get into that one time in terms of if AC Milan wins, they go top, and if Juve win, they go third. So that one is still to be played. And right, so on the Saturday as well in La Liga, Real Madrid 3, Villarreal 1. This was a really, really tough one. I was expecting a Real win, yes, but Vinny with a double and Mbappe. 70% possession for Real, 3.52 XG, 25 shots to Villarreal's 9. You would expect Villarreal, the position that they in the way of the play in this season, in third place actually, that they would have given Real a much harder fight, but thank God for that Real showed the class, and yeah, back on top. The next play Getafe after the break, and I'll let you know what happened on the Sunday with La Liga. Right, so Sunday moving on, EPL, Villa versus Burnley. Aston Villa 2, Burnley 1. I would have predicted a Villa win for this as well. So Villa 15 shots compared to Burnley's 5. Marlene for Villa, 25th and 63rd. And Yukuchiwa for Burnley, 78th. Fourth straight win for Villa. They next play versus Spurs, and Burnley next versus Leeds. So Burnley moves down to 18th and Villa up to 13th. So after the hard start of the season, Villa bottom. Villa moving up. So yeah, good times there for Villa right now. Everton 2, Crystal Palace 1. Now I gone with a draw for this match. So Everton has really been doing well under David Moyes' second comeback spell now. They move up to 8th and Crystal Palace 6th. This is Crystal Palace first defeat in 15 matches. I come from behind Everton win. Sorry, 19 matches unbeaten for Crystal Palace. And good to see Everton. Good to see Everton as a Liverpool fan. I have a Real jersey here. Correal brought me some joy over the weekend. But yeah, good to see Everton doing well. They next travel to City and Crystal Palace next go next to Bournemouth, right? Newcastle 2, Forest 0. I was expecting a Newcastle win for this, and Newcastle move up to 11th, Forest down to 17th. Newcastle with 18 shots and an XG of 3.28. Nottingham Forest only 5 shots, actually 0.29. It was actually 0-0 at the break, and Newcastle turned it up in the second half to get the win here. So Newcastle have been progressing nicely as well after a bad start for them. So most of the teams that would have gotten a bad start moving up the table where they expected to be. Newcastle next play Brighton and Nottingham Forest next host Chelsea. So that'll be interesting as well to see what happened there. And then we had Wolves and Brighton 1-1. Would have predicted a draw here. Wolves 20th on just 2 points remaining now there. Brighton 12th. Brighton with 17 shots versus Wolves 6, but 1-1 as I said. And Brighton with they had to come back in the 86th minute to level, by the way, after basically a poor quality game here. Wolves next play Sunderland and Brighton next host Newcastle. And rounding off the EPL for the Sunday, Brentford 0, City 1. So City with a Haaland 9th minute goal, holding on. Well, I say holding on, but getting their 3 points there. So City move up to 5th on 13 points, just 3 points off the top, by the way. 70% possession, basically dominated the game but couldn't score more. Brentford only 6 shots as compared to City 10. And Brentford next play West Ham, City next Everton. So that should be a good one there. And in Serie A on the Sunday, as I would have mentioned, I'm doing this before the Juve Milan game, and hopefully Juve can take it there. I'm hoping for a Juve victory. Roma with a 2-1 win over Fiorentina to go second. So big win there for Roma. Napoli with a 2-1 over Genoa to go top. And by the way, Rasmus Hojlund again. So wow, if Napoli were to finish this Serie A season top or win or anything like that, it will really be something else to see like Hojlund doing so well with all that potential he had going to Man U and seeing so much trouble. And in La Liga, Sevilla 4, Barca 1. Yes, you heard right. Sevilla 4, Barca 1. Rashford scored the goal for Barca, by the way. Man U reject performing well again. Barca with 17 shots, 61% possession, 2.1 XG, compared to 13 shots for Sevilla, but at 2.8 XG, by the way. And it's Sevilla's first win over Barca since 2015. That is 19 matches, first win over Barca for Sevilla. And this was a huge result in La Liga. I really enjoyed this one, seeing Barca get some licks there. And dare I say, even if Real loses to Barca, once Real wins the other games, that they could still win the title. That would be something else up. I mean, they lost to Atletico. Real lost to Atletico really bad too. So hoping that they settle onto some good form and can push for the title this season. So big weekend in football, guys. Let me know how your team did. I know many people basically got back their voice now. They're able to talk again. Manu with a little win there and moving up to 10th from the 14, 15, whatever. People bumping the gum on Liverpool. Will Liverpool be able to come back, or is it clear sailing for Arsenal from here? What about City? City looking good recently as well. So yeah, let me know what are your thoughts, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe. JSP Talk Sports. Yeah, football.